Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox coming to you today with the review for Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 4, Episode 3. So let's get to it, shall we? I say I'm gonna take some time off, y'all. All the cashiers, they was like, somebody stole her truck. It's like you can hear it all throughout the store. This Rox coming to you today with the review for Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Marriage Huntsville, Power Book 4, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get to it, shall we? Guys, so the show starts with Unique. We see him go by the Vietnamese people's restaurant. You guys know that used to be his hookup that was there, but now Rock took over the hookup, remember? Anyway, Unique is upset with the Vietnamese people. He was like, you guys forgot about me. I was like, they thought you were dead, Unique. There's a difference there. What you want the people to do? They say you was dead, you was gone, you ain't been around. That's what they going by. Anyway, he ain't too happy about it. So he take the couple in the back room and have them empty out they safe and put all the damn money in these bags. And he's fucking with them. And I was just like, Unique, just take your money and go. Okay? Do you know Unique and all his crazed raginess went and shot and killed them both? Oh, it was so sad when they died and they had their heads together looking at each other. They were the last person to eat. I was just like, now Unique, now why you did that? Why you did that? Them people ain't did you nothing. Like my mother-in-law would say, they ain't did them nothing. But alas, this is the Unique that we got. So Juke is at home eating up all of Marvin's good cooking. Okay, and she's so happy to be there. Did you guys notice how fluffy Juke's face was? One of the Roxstars pointed out last week that they saw a baby bump. And I didn't pay attention last week, but of course this week I was looking. I didn't necessarily see the baby bump. They was doing a good job of hiding it. However, her face is definitely much fatter than it had been. I shouldn't say fatter. It's fluffier than it had been. Yeah, she is definitely with child. At least that's going to be my assessment. Anyway, Marvin is talking to her and he was just like, so what you want me to tell these people when they come down here looking for you? You just leaving the army. They say that people get in a lot of trouble for that. And she was just like, don't worry about it. I'll handle it. Marvin was just like, fuck that army. You smart. You going on down there to the school, sign up for some classes and everything. You good as gold. Okay? And then there's a knock at the door. I wonder who that might be. Well, could it be the army coming to knock and find their old cadet out there? AWOL? Laverne, you can't just get up and leave. You made a commitment to this country. So we're going to get the MPs and we're going to have them come down here and get you. And she was just like, yeah, go on and have the MPs come down here because guess what? I'm gay. Okay? Honey, just them 3 little letters made a world of difference because they looked at each other and shit. I got to remember this was back in the 80s, child. So she wants to have the entry-level separation. And they was just like, I guess since you gay and whatnot, so we go on and give you the entry-level separation, but I'm gonna let you know that you letting your country down, okay? And Juke was like, well, the country has let my people down plenty of times, so now the country know how it feel. And they were like, we hope you're proud of yourself. And they turn around and leave out the place. And I'm thinking to myself, like, was it that easy? You could just declare that you was gay. You didn't have to prove it or anything. You could just tell them you was gay and they was ready to get rid of you. Boy, they surely didn't like gay folks back in the 80s, did they? Now that we got the army out the way, Juke, I kind of feel like maybe because Juke is pregnant this season that they're going to try to they're kind of keeping her character on ice because it feels like Juke's character is pretty aimless right now. So, she's back in her room. She's going through her stuff. She sees her old baseball jersey that she used to like to wear, but that's old Juke. This new Juke right now. Okay. Put it in the box. No use for it any longer. Then she goes on down to the school. Because Marvin told her that, you smart, go sign up for some classes, so she looking at the book and she trying to figure out what she gonna do. School is not even really what Juke wants to do. Juke wants to sing, but the singing has left a bad taste in her mouth, so that's why Juke is just kind of aimless right now. When she comes out the registrar, she goes out and she sees one of her friends, and they was like, hey, what you been doing? She a whole bunch of things, singing, went to the army for a little while, ran up to Atlanta, now she back here. And they was like, her friend was like, well, why don't you come on down to the, to the bar? We all hanging out there. They don't even check IDs, so you gonna be good. Okay, come on down. She said maybe she might. This is that real strange in-between that people get in when they graduate from high school. If they don't go to college, or if they don't go to like a JC or do something else, it's like that period of time where everybody just ain't got no money, ain't got no job, ain't got no nothing, just don't really know what's going on. Some of us have experienced that when we graduated from high school. Jumping over to Marvin, I guess Marvin was driving by the Vietnamese restaurant and he see all them police out there, so he kind of just stops and he's looking, and they were like, the police come up to his car, is like, can we help you? And he was just like, oh, I was just driving by and I saw, like, what happened? Yeah, the Vietnamese couple is gone. So Marvin has to go and tell Rock. And, of course, they're trying to figure out who it could be. Now, they have no idea that Unique is even alive. And so all of the roads that they are barking down are the wrong roads. Marvin says that it could be the nephew, because Marvin has saw the nephew trying to swipe that shit, and maybe the nephew might have got upset about it or something and came back to like have a conversation with his uncle. I was just like, no, I don't think that that's a plausible one, but that's what Marvin thinks maybe. Rock was like, well, you need to be sure about this because we can't make no fucking mistakes. And this is Quan's people. They all related, right? And Quan is the one that went the other day and raised the prices 20%. So, everything is pretty complicated right now. But Marvin is going to go check on the nephew and see what he can turn up there. When he's walking out, Rock was like, hey, Andre told me that, the feds is washing fish. And he was like, oh, okay. And she was like, and the feds say that they saw you going into Fish's shop to talk to him. And he was just like, no, that wasn't me. And she was like, Marvin, these people have been watching us. They know exactly what you look like. He was like, oh, either it was not me and they probably trying to just fuck up what we got going on, trying to, kind of sully the waters a little bit. And so, that was not him. Don't worry about it. He ain't got shit to say to Fish. And she was just like, okay. But, of course, that was Rock's way of letting Marvin know that she on his ass. And when Marvin turned his back to Rock walking out, child, he looked terrified. Was like, to be the oldest, honey, Rock is still the one that wear the pants in that family. So now, Rock got to be out there trying to calm the Asian folks that she worked with down, because now everybody's afraid. Hell, this is too much. We thought we was just kind of helping out. We didn't know that we was going to end up getting killed over this shit. She's like, don't worry about it. It probably was just some kids. Maybe they was just trying to rob them and then, something went left. And they was like, no, for 2 people to be dead, shot, killed, like that's way more than just some kids trying to knock over a Vietnamese restaurant. And so, she's trying to be nice. Like, I'm sorry for your loss. Or, Rock's version of nice. Okay. And he was just like, it's not safe for business. And as much as she tried to tell him it's going to be okay, don't worry about it and everything, well, that message was just not going over well. So, what? Rock had to turn to Raquel on him. You ain't getting out of this business because you know too much. You've been a part of my business. You know me. You know my whole operation. You know the people, everything. So you're not getting the fuck up out of this business. Okay, so you might as well get comfortable. We like married people, me and you. We in it for the long haul, baby. Ain't no such thing as divorce. I know that poor man was looking at her like, you was not the person I would have chose as my wife. And we see Marvin go talk to the nephew. And of course, Marvin go busting in there like gangbusters, like, what, you killed your auntie and your uncle and, all this. And the guy was like, I did not kill. Why would I kill my damn auntie and uncle? No, I did not. They got killed at the restaurant? Like, he didn't even know. He was like, well, where's the daughter? And Marvin was like, oh, shit, I forgot that they have a kid. Okay, and it was like, yeah, like, where's the man's cousin at? Then Marvin realizes that maybe this boy was not involved in it. I don't know why you would think that the nephew did it anyway, but I mean, I guess. So Marvin was just like, what, my bad. Sorry for your loss. But keep your ears to the street. If you hear anything about what happened to Sonny, and them, just let me know. Marvin gonna take care of it. So Marvin is just going around the neighborhood trying to see what people know. He ends up going to the guy who's helping Unique, you know, stay undercover right now. He ends up going to his place and ask him like, hey, did you hear anything about the Asians? Well, he ain't even know nothing about it. Yeah, they done got shot and killed at the Vietnamese restaurant. Oh, really? Yes. No, he don't know nothing about it, but you know, he'll keep an eye open. Then Marvin was just like, okay, well, you know, you still got so-and-so that worked for DCFS? And he was like, yeah. And Marvin was like, because I'm trying to look for somebody. I thought that maybe he was looking for the Asian, you know, the Vietnamese people's kid. But turns out, no, that's not who he was looking for. He was looking for his goddaughter. Remember, he was blessed as to be, well, I don't know if she officially is his goddaughter. Did they tell him that he was going to be the goddaughter, I mean, godfather? Or is this just because he had a friendship with the father? Anyway, he finds out where she is and goes to her school. I'm like, you could tell Marvin ain't got the best sense sometime, even though it worked out okay, but it could have went real left. But anyway, he goes to the school and he sees the little girl, and he has her come over, and she's like, Uncle Marvin, what are you doing here? You know, and he was just like, oh, I just wanted to check on you, see how you doing. You know, how's your foster family? Are they treating you well? And she was just like, I miss my daddy. And he was just like, I know you miss your dad, you know, but I'm glad you're doing well and everything. Here, listen, I'm going to give you my phone number. Like she a grown person. Your child like 5 or 6 years old. Talking about, I'm going to give you my phone number, but it's just for you, okay? Don't let nobody else see it. I was just like, if you don't look real pervy right now, okay? Even, I mean, Marvin's not trying to go on that route, but it was just like weird. You know, you can't just walk up to no kids at the school, and then one of the teachers was like, what was her name? Ashley or something like that. Are you okay over there? And, you know, she comes over there and she was just like, oh, yes, this is my, and he was just like, oh, I'm her godfather. I just haven't seen her in a while, you know. And she was just like, goodbye, Uncle Marvin. You know, and the teachers, everybody just smiling and shit. Ain't nobody thought it was strange that this nigga that's dressed like a damn 1980s drug dealer is down there at the school talking to this little girl outside just by herself and giving phone numbers and everything. Child, anyway, Amber, that was her name, Amber. Back to Rock, though. After she finished with the Asian man, child, she going back home, calls Andre, like, listen, where are you? I need to, you know, pick your brain about a few things that you might have some information on. Like, call me back. I was just like, girl, where Andre is, he will not be calling you back again. I still can't believe that damn Andre is dead. Boy, that damn Unique and this fucking crazed raginess. After she hang up the phone, she is going through her mail and she looks and she sees a note from the school. And she opens it up and child, how about it said that Kanan has excessive absences. The little nigga ain't going to school. I don't know why Rock think that he is. And where's Kanan right now? Kanan is with his granny. And, you know, he's trying to help Granny, make sure she got her medication and she's taking it on time and all that. And he's also trying to convince her that she needs to tell everybody that she's sick. I mean, this is really serious, Grandma. And, you know, Grandma is just like, she don't want nobody treating her differently. And she don't want to be telling and she don't want to be sharing. And he was just like, no, you need to, you not going to be alive. Don't you think your kids should know that? Well, she just feels like she's accepted that she has the cancer that is spread everywhere. She not doing no more chemo. She ain't doing all that shit no more. Then it probably would be best for you to let everybody know, because eventually she's going to be suffering. She's going to be looking differently. She's going to be ill. You know, she's going to need help. You're going to have to let these people know. So, you know, she appreciates Kanan being there and the fact that he's just so dialed in and concerned about his grandmother, you know, and he was just like, I really wish. He really wishes that he had this kind of love and affection and concern for his own mother. And I was just like, and can't nobody stand your grandma but you. She tells him to show some respect. Now, that is your mother still. Anyway, she was like, I guess maybe I should call him. Okay, yeah, go on and call and let your kids know. Then I guess Kanan goes and takes it back to his apartment. So back at his place, Crystal comes over. And she's about to go into his apartment and she bumps into Unique out there. Or Unique bumps into her, basically. So she turns around because he just walks on and she turns around. She was like, an excuse me would have been nice. And he must turn around and all the crazed raginess was coming shooting out of that damn inside of his hoodie. And she looked and she turned around real fast and ran her ass inside of that apartment building. I said, I bet you did, girl. Don't fool with Unique. Yeah, this is a whole different kind of... Anyway, child, she get up in there and she tell Kanan, like, I don't like being here no more. It is dangerous. You should not live where you work. Okay? And you know, Kanan, oh, here you go. And she was just like, it's not safe. Like, I just bumped into somebody out there who looked like he was knocking on death's door. I'm just tired. It's not good. We need to go and look for apartments and all that. And of course, Kanan don't want to do that because that's not what he's trying to do right now. He's just in the business of making money, not spending money. But Crystal was just like, no, we can't be here. It's not safe. You know, and then she uses her feminine wiles to get him to agree to go look at apartments with her. So later on that day, Kanan's not there any longer, but Crystal is still there. And there's a knock at the door. And when Crystal goes to the door, it's Rock. Okay? And she was just like, hey, is Kanan here? And Crystal was like, no, he's not here right now. And she was just like, okay, can you tell him that his mama came by? I need to talk to him. And Crystal goes say, are you telling me or asking me? I said, oh, hold on now. Hold on, Crystal. I understand this is your home. At least you want to say so anyway. And all that. And you probably feel like you need to protect it. Maybe you feel a little threatened by this woman being on your doorstep and everything. But it is not what you want with Rock. Rock pulled them glasses down and look at her. She say, Crystal, right? Yeah, Crystal. Okay. Yeah. You stay here with my son? And she was like, sometimes. And she was just like, mm-hmm. Well, tell Kanan that I need to talk to him, that I came by. You can decide whether or not that was a request or a demand. All I know is you better let the little nigga know that I came on by here, okay? And Rock walk on off. And honey, Crystal got good sense enough not to say nothing else to that lady. Kanan is actually out to lunch with Juke. And, you know, Juke is trying to figure out her new steps. This is when I was really able to see that, yeah, she is a little bit fluffy. I could tell that she's probably, probably pregnant. But anyway, Juke tells Kanan, you know what, she's gay and that's that. And Kanan was like, that's what the fuck I'm talking about, okay? Maybe they can pull girls together. Juke asked about Fame. And he said, yeah, it looked like Famous is on the run. And she was like, well, why? And it was like, well, you know, after Freddie ended up dead, is that the guy's name? You know, he ended up going on the run. And she was just like, knowing Fame, he probably out there in LA talking to the hoes with his sister. So what you gonna do now, Juke? School? And she was just like, yeah, you know, I signed up for some bullshit ass classes and everything. Nothing too serious. And he was like, well, what about the music? And she was just like, yeah, I ain't really doing the music thing no more. And he was just like, but the music thing is like what you were born to do. Like, that's what you always dreamed of doing. And she was just like, yeah, well, I'm wide awake now. Okay, ain't got time for all of these silly little dreams of becoming some big famous singer. So after she leaves there, she goes down and she meets her friends at the bar. You know, the ones that told her to come hang out with them at school. And they all kind of feeling like the old crew is back together. But Juke was just like, yeah, I don't want to do what I used to do. Like, she don't really know what she going to be doing in the future. But she also knows that what she was doing, she ain't doing that shit no more either. After she leaves the bar from there, you know, she's going home and she's kind of wandering. And she notices, stumbles upon a gay bar. Okay, and ends up going in there, and child, she done found her people. All of the ladies in there having a good time, dancing. Ain't no man around trying to make shit uncomfortable for these women's. Okay, everybody enjoyed themselves, and Juke looked like, girl, where I been all my life? Now, let's jump over to Lou. So Lou is irritated because remember all that work he did to get B Real out of jail? Well, B Real didn't have nowhere to stay. So now Lou is responsible for B Real and got him staying with him. And the nigga kind of messy and all of this stuff. Like, nigga, you need to find somewhere to go. This was not part of the deal, getting you out of jail and then you come stay with me. B Real is real salty. Like, yeah, you know, you got me out of jail and everything, but I mean, I don't have no money. And, you know, they done gave him some old back-ass deal and he don't have nothing. And he's, you know, living hand to mouth. And Lou was just like, okay, well, we need to go down to the label and have a conversation with them and get you some money because this ain't gonna work. So they go down to the label and sit down in the office and have a conversation with the guy that hired Lou last week. And of course, the man is just like, I just paid all this money to get him out of jail. Now you want me to give him some money now? So, you know, Be-Rilla and the label guy, they're about to start arguing. And Lou was just like, hold on. Everybody just calm down. Okay, Lou did have a look at Be-Rilla's contract, and it was a pretty jacked up deal. He was like, that's a standard deal that they give. Again, we just got his ass out of jail. What part of that don't you understand? And he was just like, but he needs something. And, you know, Be-Rilla with his mouth, like, he gonna fuck up the deal because he keep arguing with the man. Like, they not gonna give me no money. Like, that's how they do here. And that's the reason why I'm in this predicament. And blah, blah. And I was just like, nigga, just be quiet and let Lou try to handle this. So then, child, we getting through this whole history lesson on how the Jews will get treated and how everybody steals from each other and how it seems very similar to what a black complaint would be. And, you know, we listening to all this and I'm just like, okay. At the end of all this conversation, are y'all gonna get this man some money or what? Well, I guess maybe the man just needed to get that off his chest, because after he finished all that whole conversation, then he say, okay, he gonna write a check for him. Everybody just as pleasant. I said, that's all it took. We just needed the man to sit there and listen about how the Jews get treated bad. How much he need? Be-Rilla, all thanks for the money. You know, he was like, it's okay, but did you listen to what I said? I mean, I guess he did. But he's more happy about this little bit of change you just gave him so he can get up out of Lou's house. Then later on, we see Lou. He's back at his rehabilitation group. It's almost somewhat of a graduation of sorts. I mean, I guess it's just when you finally feel like you've made it over a certain hump. You know, they have him up there giving like a little testimony. So Lou is in front of the group and he's just telling them how things got so bad when he was there that he almost killed himself. Like, he had made the loop and that he had put it around his neck and everything. And then he, right before he was about to like go on and do, you know, seal the deal, he looked in the mirror and he saw himself. And it was like an outer body experience, like looking at that person and feeling sorry for that person and also giving him some grace. Okay. And that's when he decided that he did want to live, that he did not want to die, and then he started fighting back. So, you guys, it was a real touching conversation, and we saw Rock there in the audience, which I was just like, oh, Rock is really trying. Honey, we done went from our own you nigga to this. And then afterwards, you know, Lou is talking to Rock and he's just thanking her for being there, you know, making sure, you know, she's always got his back. Even when shit was bad, you know, she's always been there. He was like, I owe you, Rock. And she was just like, no, you don't owe me. Okay, we family. Just getting better is good enough for Rock, you know. I think Moms is trying to poison us at this dinner she didn't call us all to. And Rock looked at him and she said, it don't even matter because the food gonna kill us anyway. They really don't see it for that mama child. So jumping back over to Unique. So we see Unique, he go and he give his homeboy a stack of money. And his homeboy was just like, oh, where this come from? Nigga, I told you I was paying you. And his homeboy was just like, did you go and kill the damn Vietnamese people? Fuck wrong with you? And, you know, Crazy Raginess, you want this money or not? Oh, I mean, he gonna take the money and everything, but damn, you playing with fire, Crazy Raginess. And Crazy Raginess was just like, I am fire and I'm about to burn it all down. Oh, I tell you, every time I see Unique on that screen, I get sad. And then he goes over to his baby mama house, which is her parents' house, and he go and put a stack of money in the mailbox. Okay, boy, can you imagine waking up to a stack of money in that mailbox? Oh, got to be the best feeling. Now Rock goes and meets with Quan. Okay, gonna have to eventually get it done, child. Quan come in this whole Matrix outfit. She was like, this nigga here. He was on his motorcycle, and then Rock looked at him like, why am I even having to deal with him? Quan want to know who killed his wife's cousin. Because you remember Sonny and them, remember they was all related. Look, we checking around. Me and my brother, we checking around. It just take a minute. Well, Quan ain't got a fucking minute. You guys always take a minute. I don't like waiting. It makes me look weak. Nah, moving too soon is what makes you weak. Quan said, an example needs to be made. If you can't do it, I will. You are replaceable, Rock. Rock looked at him real aggravated. So you keep on saying that like you expect me to agree with you or some shit. Blinking and shit. That Rock is so done with Quan. So she meets back up with Marvin and she was like, Marvin, please tell me you found out something because Quan is really tripping out there and we need to get this fixed. fast. And he was just like, nope, he still ain't found out nothing. And she was just like, she ain't gonna be able to deal with Quan too much longer. That motherfucker be acting like he can run our business better than we can. She said she gonna find out if Joaquin can help. I didn't even remember who Joaquin is, so some of you guys are gonna have to refresh my memory. And Joaquin is just like, oh, no. I'm not selling drugs in Queens. Queens is a whole nother problem Joaquin ain't really trying to get involved in. He was just like, why don't you talk to your friend in Baltimore? She was like, Tremont? We still owe Tremont for what he did to us. I don't know who Tremont is either. So y'all explain that to me. But I guess Tremont still comes to the city. So, on the next re-up, we're going to see what we can do there. But you guys explain this little part to me because I don't remember it all. Now back to Kanan and his girl, Crystal. They go look at apartments. And it's the classic, age old. They go and look at apartments. First of all, you guys are like 16 and 17. So any apartment, I would look at you guys and be like, where your mama, where your daddy? Why you here as a kid trying to get an apartment? That's the first thing. However, also, this is the 80s, it's black folks in New York trying to get an apartment, so there's some racism that they have to deal with. So we see them, they go look at apartments. They get to the first place, and he was just like, this ain't better than my crib. And she was just like, yes, it is. But you know what? This place ain't the best one. Let's go somewhere else. So they go to the next place. Oh, the next place, they actually love. She loves it, and you can tell that Kanan, he trying to act like he don't love it, but he love it too. And so maybe this is the one we gonna take. Then when the landlord comes in there and he take one look at him and he was just like, oh yeah, the place is already taken. And Kanan was just like, what you mean the place is taken? She just made the appointment today. The man is trying to make all these excuses. He's not giving them the okie dokie. The place just got taken just now. He apologized and all that. And Kanan was just like, that's bullshit. I feel like you looked at us and changed your mind. What's the problem? We too young? We too black? Yeah, all of that. Kanan was just like, come on, we too good for this bullshit anyway. So then they go to the next apartment. And you know what? They love that place. And we ain't gonna have no mishap like the last time. We ain't gonna give this landlord a chance to say that we can't have this place. We gonna plow him down with a whole bunch of money. We gonna bypass that whole application process. We're just gonna give him as much money as we need, and we gonna take this place here. And you know what? The new landlord, he's fine with that. Lastly, you guys, jumping over to Grandma's dinner. Okay. Now, first, we just have Marvin and Juke there. Juke look at the grandma, and she look at Marvin. She was just like, you think she okay? Like, she don't look the same. Like, is everything okay? And he was just like, please, your grandmother gonna outlive us all. She's trying to get stuff ready, and Marvin is like, Mom, why we here? Like, what's going on? She wait till everybody get here so she can just say it one time. We see outside Kanan and Rock pull up at the same time, and Rock was just like, before they go inside, Rock was just like, I got a letter from the school say you ain't been going there, excessive absences. I thought you said you was gonna graduate and go to college. I never said that shit. You did. All that shit you had me do? And you think I'm trying to go to college? Sometimes I think you crazy. I was like, nigga, that was real disrespectful. Boy, that Rock let that shit go. He done got a cuss out for me for that. She was just like, sometimes I think I'm crazy too. But I'm just like, first of all, Kanan was on the track to go to college, and Kanan was the one that wanted to go to school. Okay? Rock was not trying to get him involved in the business. This nigga was the one that wanted to be in the business and was begging and pleading and doing all that. Now he's saying all the shit that she made him do. You see how these folks change up on you like that? Anyways, they all go inside and, they all sit down at the table and, everybody is eating and all. And it's very, very awkward. Mama asked Lou why he ain't at the lounge. And he was just like, yeah, I'm not really trying to be around that much alcohol all the time. So, the white lady partner, she got it. She can handle it. And she was just like, well, God will never give you more than you can handle. And he just started laughing. He was like, I see moms is back on that religious bullshit. The lady face, child. They don't see it for that mama at all. So anyway, they still trying to make small talk. Laverne, you settling in okay? She was like, yeah, I'm trying. And Granny was just like, no, we don't try in this family, we do. Marvin was like, she just got home, mama. Like, give her a break. And Rock was just like, all right, enough of this, mama. Why we here? Why you have us all sitting around this table? Like, what you gotta say? So then that's when the mother was like, I got cancer. The doctors found it in my kidney and chemo didn't stop it. And it's terminal. And you know, everybody kind of has that shocked look on their face except for Rock. Rock mad. I was like, Rock. Now, you know, I know that Rock is not good with her feelings. She doesn't know how to place them. So the thing that she's most familiar with, which is anger, is the emotion that she pulls for at this time. I was like, not quite the right emotion, Rock. How you gonna cuss your mama out for having cancer? She was like, so you were just gonna sit here and fucking tell us you got cancer over a pot roast? She looked over at Kanan. You knew about this too? You know, Kanan just kind of looked down and everything. She was, ain't this about a bitch? I was like, Rock, it was not nothing personal towards you, Rock. But ain't no stopping Rock. You've been knocking us around our whole life. You know, lying to us, treating us wrong. You think a dinner is gonna fix that? Mama was just like, Rock, I'm just trying to tell you guys what's going on. You take it and do whatever you want to do with it. Rock was just like, you know what? She ain't staying here for this shit. Fuck this. And she turned around and she stormed out. And everybody is sitting at that table like, what just happened? I was like, Rock, now that was real ugly. That was not nice. Why did you treat your mother that way? You act like it's her fault that she got cancer on purpose or something. She's probably very hurt that her mom is about to die and their relationship is not where she would like for it to be. But instead, we gonna get this Rock. The one that says, fuck you. To a mother that just told her she got cancer, child. That Rock is something else. What y'all thought about the episode? It was pretty good. All right, you guys, that is that. I'm gonna get on off of here, go get my nails and feet done, come and back to the house, edit it, and get it up for you for bright Sunday morning, okay? Make sure you thumbs up the video, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm Roxanne. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, Roxstars. Bye.